Welcome to the Global Love Revolution, a space to have conversation with evolutionary women, to talk about subjects that matter to our humanity, to create a better world for future generations. This is an evolutionary channel that broadcasts every Sunday. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, now is a good time to do so. Click subscribe button below. Today, episode number 2, we have a super evolutionary woman from Ohio, USA, Liz Teese. She is going to share with us her personal life journey and continue our topic from last week, discuss about spirituality and life purpose. Before we go on to our conversation, let me share with you her little story. Liz was born in England and moved to USA with her family when she was 4 years old. She also has family on the Rock of Gibraltar and spent time traveling to see her family at least once a year. She loves horseback riding, and she said if she could, she would ride a horse every day. And now getting her scuba diving certification to enjoy more. Liz has been searching for a life purpose for the whole life. And finally, at the later age, she discovered her life purpose was to help people find their life purpose. And now she's a certified life coach that specializes in helping people of all ages to find their life purpose. She has studied with many teachers, such as Mark Nicholson's, Vishen Lakhiani, Neil Donald Walsh, Barbara March Hubbard, Michael Babbitt, Lisa Nichols, and more. Liz adds her learning and studying to a coaching practice and catering in 4 main areas: spirituality, being an evolutionary woman, consciousness engineering, and the 6-phase meditation. Liz also had 35 years of leadership in the catering and banquet business, and all those experiences have enriched her life journey. She's now happy to offer her expertise to set up her client for success. And here is a beautiful family photo of a daughter and a gorgeous husband. And she said her own being is always about love. And I can see from this picture, she is love. Now, one of her favorite quotes she carried with her all time is this from Louise Hayes. I chose to make the rest of my life the best of my life. And I think this is a great quote to actually carry on to talk about our favorite topic, life purpose. Now, if you want to connect with Liz, you want to know more about her journey, you can send her an email at liztease@gmail.com. All right, let's get into our chat and see you there. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Global Love Revolution. Today, I have a special guest from Ohio, USA, and Liz T. Welcome, Liz. Hi.
How are you?
I am well. Good to see you again. I am really, really excited for our conversation today. Your story, we have a conversation the first time, and you told me about so many different things that related to something that I have been wondering, life purpose. And I'm sure a lot of people like on the journey of like, what is my life purpose? Is there only one? How do I find it? Do it take forever? I'm 80 years old. I still don't know my life purpose.
That's okay.
So Liz, maybe you can kickstart with us to tell us about, what exactly the definition of life purpose for you? What does that mean?
Well, I think the moment that it shifted for me, well, let me tell you a little bit about my story, right? So I'm 56.
Wow.
And so I say for the last 56 years, right, I've been sleepwalking through life. And I always was choosing my words very carefully before I spoke to people. And to please them. And I had so much self-doubt about what I wanted to say, and I robbed myself of the joy because I hesitated, and I didn't say what I wanted to say for years. I just kept my mouth shut because sometimes when I really felt the urge to say what I wanted to say, I would say it, and then I'd get pushed back or get made fun of, or just didn't really a negative attitude about it. And I felt like I was being, brainwashed and not really knowing it. I've been an empath. I constantly was consumed with negative energies, and I internalized, those feelings within myself, so this caused a lot of drama in my family. And so I was searching for what it was that, what it was that there had to be something else out there for me. I was very just not feeling good about me, So I decided I had to find out what my life purpose was.
Wow. So when was that moment that you say, oh, now I understand why all this happened? And now I know this is my ultimate life purpose. This is what I meant to do. When was that peak moment for you that you say, this is it?
Well, actually it wasn't that long ago, early this January, I went to this 5-day workshop in north of San Francisco at Big Sur. And within 2 hours of getting to California, I received a call from my company manager. We own a business, my husband and I, and it was a personal matter. And she and a lot of other people wanted me to return home. And I had gone to this retreat for me. I wanted to go to a retreat and really figure out what my life purpose was, thinking that, that would help. And I just get there and they're like, you have to come home. And I'm like, no, I can't come home. I just had this big feeling in my heart and in my intuition was telling me, nope, you have to go. And talk about pushback, right? I mean, that had to be tough for everyone. I mean, it was tough for everyone at home as well, but I had to do what I had to do. And somehow at that moment I just felt the urge that I had to go. So after dealing with all of that on the phone for completely that day, and then the next morning before I left for the retreat, I did all that, and very, very emotional, and I just made the decision. I just needed to unplug. And luckily, when I got to that retreat, I was able to unplug because there was no cell service.
Wow. That's a perfect, right? Unplug.
It was perfect. The only thing, I know, and so I was like, and the only thing they had was Wi-Fi, but only in between our meals. That's the only time they would, even our meals had to be no cell service, nobody had their phones out, nobody had their computers. It was, we sat at these picnic tables, and it was just the best thing, and as we're getting there, and I knew no one at this retreat center, and I get there and I hear the ocean, just splashing against the rocks, because it was that Big Sur. And I just felt at home, and I just felt There it is. There's my bliss.
Well, you know what, Liz? That's we talk. You know, you talk about you feel like you past life you are like a mermaid. That's exactly what it is. You feel the
Oh
joy
yeah,
of ocean. It's like, oh my God, this is home, right?
this is
This is where
home.
I belong.
Yeah, I know. You and I have talked so many times about me being a mermaid in past lives, and
Yeah.
and I thought, oh, there I am. I'm
Yeah.
in the ocean. It's
Oh.
like that's why I feel so connected to the ocean.
Mm.
I believe. But I mean, this was the hardest thing I had probably ever had to do. Was not be there for my family because and just pay attention to me. And it felt selfish because, as we all do, we take care of our families,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, but I just had this huge tug, kept saying, no, 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 you have to stay, you have to stay. And when I got there, it was the best thing that I had ever done in my life. Those 5 days were the best thing that I had ever done. And I learned so much about myself and so much about other people. And there was 28 or 29 other people there in this group session for 5 days, and we were with each other 24/7. And I had this roommate that I didn't even know, and she came into the cabin with me, and we were best friends like right away. We had that connection, and we're still friends, and it's just been great. Um, and the great thing about that was the people there. There were ages from like 24 to 71,
Wow.
men and women, from all over the world. There was a lady there that came from Berlin. I mean, just all over, and just so diverse, and so many different things that they were there for. You know, um, and the more I was in this retreat, the more I was in these workshops, the more I just poured out. I mean, obviously I was very emotional with what was happening at home, so I just got everything off my chest, which was great, you know. But I also learned so much about me, and um, so much about helping people. I was able to help them as much as they were helping me through this whole thing. Um, so I just, when I returned home then after the retreat, then I had to deal with what had happened, right? But also we had, my husband's family had a tragic, unexpected death in the family as well, the day after I got home.
Wow.
So I'm like, oh my gosh, what is going on here? Like, what is happening here? And so then, you're going through the grieving process, and you're going through the, how it is when someone dies. You always with the family all the time, and I felt myself like, almost like, obviously I was physically there, and I was emotionally there, but I was almost like I was set back a little bit and observing. And everyone was, there was a lot of drama going on, obviously, and a lot of emotion, and a lot of hurt, but also a lot of laughter about the, obviously the memories that we had, with this person. But I just felt like I was just there to hold everyone.
Wow.
And I never used to be like that. I mean, obviously I was always compassionate and things like that with people, but I would almost get myself into the drama.
Do you feel like that's the moment like you felt like your heart is kind of expanding? Like when you talk about hold the space.
Yeah.
So is that like you feel, because you talk about when you after during the workshop, you felt like you have lift off everything that on your chest. and when you came back, you basically like a brand new person, right?
Oh yeah.
And your heart is like open up so much. Now you can actually compose everybody in the space. You hold it for them, and instead of you go into a drama, but you become a observer outside from the situation.
Right.
Is it feel like
That's
that?
exactly it. That's exactly it.
Wow. Okay.
You know, I was there to comfort and hold
Mm-hmm.
and hold that space for people. And I was never, I never knew I had that.
Mm.
You know, I just never knew I had that. So, you know, at that moment, I just felt like I can help people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can really help people. And I was told that in the workshop as well from you know the people that were with me. And I thought, well, sure, I help people all day long. Everybody helps people. You would think, right? You would hope, right?
Yeah.
But it was more than that, right?
Mm. So.
And I realized, you know, I have a very strong intuition,
Mm.
and I realized that I can listen and I can ask questions. And all those things led me to come up with, because you know, I kept asking the universe, asking my source, you know, what is it? What does all this mean? What, you know, tell me what all this means. Help me figure out, because in the workshop, all that kept coming up was love and helping people,
Oh, wow.
right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, great, thanks, God.
Wow.
But I
That,
don't know what that meant, right? You know, because I thought, well, I help people all the time. My
uh-huh.
husband and I have a business together, and I'm constantly helping people plan events and things like that. I'm like, and I love lots of people.
But Liz, I'm curious one thing. So, when you say you keep on asking questions, right? What are the like maybe like two questions that the provoking question that kind of help you to come out with the definite answer? Now you know why. What do you think the two questions that people can you can share with people like they should ask themselves to
Yeah,
find
so
that?
like, why am I here?
Mm.
Why am I here on this earth? You know, because what is my purpose? What is my purpose of being here?
Mm.
Because like I said in the beginning, I felt like I was sleepwalking. You know, get up in the morning, take care of the kids, go to work, maybe go work out, right?
Yes. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, we have
um,
a lot of excuses in life, right? Like, oh no.
yeah, exactly. Try and eat a healthy,
Yeah.
you know, healthy meals. Come home, make dinner,
Mm.
do a few things around the house, go to sleep, repeat, 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 right? And we have a great business, and I'm helping people all the time, but I just knew that there was something else there for me. So I just kept asking, what am I here for? What am I supposed to be doing here?
Mm.
You know, I don't believe that we're just put on this earth just to do what I just said a few minutes ago. I feel like we have to have a stronger purpose. So
Mm.
why am I here? And what is the purpose of me being here? What can I bring? What kind of um, contribution can I make to the world?
Mm. That's a very powerful. Okay, guys, three questions. Simple. Why am I here on this earth? Right?
Right.
And second is, what can I contribute to the world? And third is, keep on asking the question, what is my life purpose? What am I meant to do? Just keep going, and then I think eventually we'll find it, right? Wow, this is a very simple thing. So Liz, what else, what other way that that help you to overcome during your struggle, like during your darkest time? Is it something like a tools that you use daily that keep you going?
Well, the first thing I do every morning is meditate.
Mm.
And that's not something that I used to do at all. I would pray when I remembered.
Okay.
Being honest.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I mean, a lot of us are very good at praying all the time, and some of us
Mm-hmm.
are good at praying when we need something.
True. That's true.
And I would, pray when I need something, but also pray for being grateful. Okay. But now I meditate every morning. Prayer, meditate, whatever you want it to be for you, But after, during that, I'm also manifesting in my meditation, trying to manifest, right? So I'm just, constantly asking, what can I do to help the world? What can I do to help myself? What can I do to help my family? That kind of thing. But also something that I learned in this retreat was about my inner critic. And my inner critic in this retreat was so, so loud, So that's one of the things that I work on, is not listening, being aware of my inner critic, but not listening to my inner critic. Having that supportive friend there instead. It's almost like having 3 different relationships with myself. My inner critic, my supportive friend, and then my true self.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So because my inner critic was so loud there, and we all have it. We all have those doubts and fear, So if we try and just remember that we have that friend in us that can say, we would never speak to a friend the way that our inner critic talks to us. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I would never say the things that my inner critic says to me to you.
But some people do, though. So Liz, would you say that, like, okay, this is a very interesting. So having a tree self to basically hold a conversation, did you do it like you say out loud, or you actually silently, like you silently having that conversation with this tree self? How did you proceed with that?
We actually did it in a group of 3. So they broke us up in a group of 3.
Okay.
For us to learn what it's about. And we actually said it out loud.
Ooh, okay.
Very, very powerful. Something that I do in my coaching practice as well is if you say it out loud, you're like, you get out of you actually sit in the chair, and you're in a chair, and you're the inner critic, and then the next chair you're the friend, and the next chair you're your true self. You actually physically go to the 3 chairs, and when you say it out loud, my goodness, you're like, whoa. You get out of that chair and you say, wow, you suck. That inner critic sucks. That inner critic is awful, Like, why am I listening to that? Why am I listening to that inner, like, the good one and the bad one.
Yeah, the evil voice, right?
That evil voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, why are you listening to that?
So, okay, let's play a little bit role here. So let's give one example. Okay, what is the inner critic? Let's just give one example so the audience understand what we're talking about here.
So one of the things that my inner critic was saying to me, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are that you can be a life coach? What kind of experience do you have? You don't, you've done you've done bad things in your life. You've done a lot of good things in your life, but you've done some bad things in your life, just like everyone, right? But my inner critic was like, who do you think you are? It's just my self-doubt. Just my self-doubt. My inner critic is really my self-doubt.
So what would the okay? So let's switch around the role. So what
Right?
about the supportive friends will
Oh,
say? Okay,
the
what
friend,
are they?
the friend was saying, well, of course you have done bad things in your life. Of course you've done good things in your life. But you're a really good person. You're a very creative person. You're you're compassionate, you're loving, you're a great friend.
Mm.
So the friend was telling me what my friend would tell me. What a good friend would tell me. She would tell me, she would also tell me if she didn't think that I should be doing what I'm doing, right?
Mm.
If she's a real good friend, right?
Yeah.
But she also is non-judgmental, and she is a supportive friend.
So what is the third relationship here? So is that the true self that you come to conclusion and say, okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
follow what my supportive friend said. This
Yeah.
is who I am. I can do it. I can be a life coach, and my experience, whether it's good or bad, it's going to bring me to this moment. Being a life coach, we're going to share my experience.
Right.
Is that right? So this is like come to the final true self, which is you.
Right.
You emerge two of them and become one. So I think
Yeah.
this is a very interesting. A lot of people will say, I'm going to just leave my inner critic away. But I feel, it's kind of we need to integrate both. You have your inner critic, you have your supportive friend. But at the end, you need to integrate these two and accept that we always have two sides. That's how it made us one, like wholeness, right? Wholeness self.
Yeah.
We just have to accept and embrace who we are, and then we keep on going.
Well, also it helps me help other people,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because I can hear their inner critic. I can see their inner critic now.
Mm.
So I can hear and see. You know how when you're talking to someone and you're like, I can see your wheels turning, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Right?
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, I
Yeah,
notice people around me too.
right. So right? You know that those you can see their wheels going,
Uh-huh.
and you can feel your own wheels going. And somebody might
Mm.
say to you, "I can see your wheels going," and you're like, "Yeah, get me out of there," right? Because you get in that rabbit hole, you get into that quicksand.
Mm.
You get in that
Okay.
quicksand, it's so hard to get out. Or you get in that deep hole and you can see the light, but you're like,
Yeah.
I'm
Trying to.
trying to climb out. Right?
Yeah. Oh my God. This is something that a lot of us, need to overcome it, is to really sit down and have the conversation with our true self. So thank you for sharing that effective tools. I think a lot of people will find it very useful. So tell us a little about what's your current creation? What's a gift you want to share with the world now? Tell a little bit.
So one of the biggest thing that I'm doing that I haven't been doing in the past and with my new self, right,
Mm.
is speaking my truth. That is really, really important to me, to speak my truth. And it's I mean, I wasn't in the past very tactful with my truth. So I've learned, but I always wanted to say the truth.
Mm.
So now I've learned how to speak it how it best serves me, but also thinking about what it's going to do to the other person, right?
Mm.
So just and also I got so much pushback from people about speaking my truth. And because people don't always like to hear the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But that was very important to me. So speaking the truth is one of the biggest things I've done. The other thing, I've decided in my mindset to say yes.
Mm.
to say yes to my passion, say yes to my purpose,
Mm.
say yes to be evolutionary,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
Right?
absolutely.
Yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Because I said no to so many times I said no, 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 I can't do that. No, I shouldn't do that, or no, I don't say no very often. I mean, I say no to things that don't serve me, but I say yes to all the things that do serve me. And
Mm.
in turn, that gives me the empowerment to help other people say yes and say yes to their impulse and their purpose.
Mm.
Another thing would be being love and speaking with love.
Wow.
So that
Mm.
going back to speaking my truth, I speak my truth with love. There's a difference between just speaking your truth and saying what you want or whatever. But if you say it with love and compassion, it helps. It helps you feel better. It helps me feel better.
Mm-hmm.
And in turn, it helps the person that I'm speaking to. And also having the confidence to speak up.
Ah, that's huge. Yeah, confidence. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm.
Just the confidence and believing in myself. And once I started believing in myself, other people started believing in me.
Mm.
And then people started telling me. And so then that validated it more for me. Even though I already knew it deep inside, it's always nice to hear it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, this is something, see, to summarize everything like you have been through in your life story, life purpose is really related to, I would say, love in action, speak in action, and really being true. And when you being true to yourself and how you present yourself, you'll be a reflection to the truth. So love and truth are the key to find our life purpose. That's so wonderful. So Liz, if someone want to, find out more about you, is there a place that we can go to and, connect with you?
Well, I don't have a website yet,
Mm-hmm.
but that is something that I'm working on. I do have a Facebook. I just use my personal Facebook page right now, which is
Mm-hmm.
just my name, Liz Tees, which is Liz and then Thees.
Okay.
Um, and you can email me also at liztees@gmail.
Okay. That's
And
great.
yeah, I'm building this organically.
That's great.
I'm
So
building it just how it comes.
I'm actually very excited for you because you are in the beginning of the journey. And
Right.
I know you're beginning to set up your life coaching business. And I think this is something it's going to lead you to, like a really amazing journey for you for the
Thank
next,
you.
decades. So guys, she's 56 years old and now just discover her life purpose, So if you are just say, I'm 20, what am I going to do? Hey, you have a lot of time to do it. Okay, so don't worry about it. If you're 80, that's fine. It's not too late. You still have the chance to find your life purpose. Just ask the question that we just discussed earlier and be true and being loved, wherever you are. So last thing I want to ask you, okay, Liz, tell
Yes.
me what is the definition of an evolutionary woman for you? How do you define that?
Mm. Oh my goodness. Being creative, find your creativity, and love. Just be love.
Be love. This week your theme is being love, speak love, act love. How about that?
There you go.
All right, guys.
Thank you for watching. You know, if you want to connect with Liz, she is on our free community group. It's called the Evolutionary Women by our teacher, Barbara Max Hubbard. So you can connect there and then find her there. And the next move she's going to share with us more later when she has the creation forum. So thank you guys for watching again. Love you much. Remember, love yourself, love others, and do something that matters to the world. Take care, guys.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.